Okay, one last bonus thing that I like. It's a cool little thing, man. I think it's a nice little touch. Some people complain about it, and I actually have a complaint about it. However, it is pretty cool. All right, guys, it's your guy, Brocky the City Dweller. I'm back again with a little bit more comfort here. This is all right. Wish me luck. The clouds are moving in, the little thunder is rolling a little bit, and the rain might start up, but we'll do our best. So today I want to talk about 5 likes and 5 dislikes of my Rivian R1S. Number 1, and this is something that we noticed immediately on our drive home to Fort Myers from Miami when we picked the Rivian up. The air suspension on this thing, beautiful. The ride is absolutely beautiful. My wife, she definitely commented about how it feels like she's in the living room. Like she, you know what I'm saying? The ride, it floats. It floats. I previously owned a Range Rover, and my Range Rover was like that. That it just felt like you're in a living room. Like it's so much, it's secure in that regard when you're driving on the highway or around, around town. So kudos to Rivian on that. I love the ride on this R1S. Beautiful. Number 2, this goes against what I see a lot of folks talking about out there on the interwebs. The premium audio. The audio in this vehicle is fantastic. I don't know. I know there's been some changes from what they previously had in the first gen to second gen, I believe. I hear some people talking about that, but I even saw I've seen people saying they didn't like the audio system in the second gen. So I don't know. Some people say they like the old one better. I don't have that measuring stick per se. However, I know audio, and it sounds great. Like it's a very full sound. The fullness of it is a beautiful thing. I don't even use the Dolby. I just use the regular system, and like I said, premium audio, and it's like it's like you're in an orchestra. The bass is heavy. It's great. I had no problems with the audio at all. As a matter of fact, when I test drove the Rivian R1S the second time, it had the premium audio, and it was one of my points that what do they call it? Non-negotiables. I had to have that if I was going to have this vehicle, because the first one that I had, it didn't sound as good. So take it how you want it. Just understand that's my point of view. Number 3, this one I had listed as generally the interior of the vehicle. And I kind of touched on that with the premium audio as far as the feel with the sound. However, the interior on the vehicle is really, really nicely done. It's one of the things I really like about the vehicle. The lighting, the simplistic approach, the minimalist approach to the interior of this vehicle I like. Now I know that's not super uncommon, or maybe it's not very common. I know Tesla has a very simplistic interior as well. However, I've seen other EVs that have a bunch of dials and knobs and lights and things on the interior too, and that's fine. I'm not against that. I actually like that in some vehicles. However, this very minimalistic approach to the interior in this vehicle is very nicely done. I like it a lot. So, like I said, I had it listed as interior in general, but my wife had some input to this video, because I know she enjoys this. So I asked her what were some of the things that she liked about the interior of this vehicle. So this is 3 and then sub bullets. All right, the interior, she mentioned the fact that there's Wi-Fi in the vehicle. That's very convenient. I've been out of the auto the auto market for a long time, so I don't know if that's just a regular thing now or not. However, we like it. It's very convenient having Wi-Fi in the vehicle to be able to connect to whenever you're in there. The roof, the panoramic roof she listed is another thing that she really, really loves about the vehicle. Like I mentioned in a previous video, we don't have the opaque button. You know, you hit the button and it blocks all the sun. However, it doesn't matter. We really don't need it. I like it the way it is. The sun, it does not heat up the vehicle like that. It's nice and cool in there. Temperature, the climate in there is really nice. I guess that's another thing that we like about it. The climate is really nice. She had the roof. She said she likes the fact, she likes the space. She likes how spacious the seating is. She likes to be able to sit crisscross applesauce in the passenger side of this vehicle. I said it the way she said it. That's what she likes. And that's my baby, so I support her 100%. I told her I need to get her a blanket for inside the vehicle. So if we're driving to Tampa or Miami or Fort Lauderdale or something like that, if you're in for a trip, you might as well have a blanket to stay comfortable. Let's see. And then she said the air conditioned seats. Now I know this is not, this is a regular thing. However, it's nice. I like it about this particular vehicle. It's really nice. And the fact that I have all the controls right in my phone and I can turn the car on, the vehicle on while I'm in the house and have those air conditioned seats nice and cool by the time I get out there. It's really convenient to have here in Florida. It's very, very hot here. We're in southern Florida on the Gulf. Fort Myers is extremely hot. So right now it's great. We're out of raining season and we're into what I'm calling Florida spring. This is like spring here. Feels great. Anyway, and then I put the vegan leather, right? I put the vegan leather. I like it. I like it. I was a little hesitant about it. However, I like it a lot. It's very nice. It's very comfortable, plush. I do question how the vegan leather will age over time, meaning, you know, genuine leather, like a jacket or even a vehicle, over time, it gets more comfortable. That's just the way the leather works. It gets more comfortable. I don't know if that's gonna happen with vegan leather. Does that happen with vegan leather? Does anyone know? I don't know. That is it's not a concern, but it is something that I thought about. So I'm curious to see how that's gonna work out. Number 4, this is also something that my wife just loves. She just giggles, she loves it. The frunk. The frunk is very spacious. There's a lot of room for, you know, groceries when you go to the store. It's really convenient to have things in there, you know, going back and forth to like shopping and things of that nature. And then there's, you know, the charger stuff up there. You can actually fill it up with ice. There's a plug in there that will drain out, or I'm not sure if it's a plug, but it's a space that will drain the water out of the bottom of the vehicle. That's really cool. So I don't know if you want to go to the beach and you have the situation where you can drive up on the beach, that works really well. But yeah, the frunk is really cool. It's a cool, a little cool characteristic or of this vehicle, a feature in this vehicle, and they're able to do that, of course, because it's all electronic. It's all electric. Excuse me. There's no engine up there, so the frunk is really cool. Number 5, last and not least, the intuitive operating system in this vehicle. I really, really enjoy. I'm enjoying the interface. I'm still learning. It just has so many. You can just do so many things, you know. And that, I guess, to tie that into the app as well, it really works well together. I haven't had many issues, if any, but that OS in this vehicle is really, really intuitive. I like it a lot. It's one of those 5 of my favorite things of my Rivian R1S. Now, for my 5 dislikes of my Rivian R1S. Number 1, the center console in the front, when opened while I'm driving, is a little bit disruptive. It's a little bit, it kind of comes into my space a little bit more than I want, like being on an airplane and someone comes and sit next to you and all of a sudden you gotta have your arms like this. Now this is not a super major thing, but For some reason, I feel like that wasn't an issue with some of my other vehicles. That center console. So my wife goes into there to get some mints or some gum. She hits that button in the front and it pops open and it's hitting me right on my arm. And I just, it's a small thing that I don't care for too much. The rear center console. So the rear seats must be in a certain position for the rear center console to be kind of parallel to the ground. Otherwise, it will slant. If the seat is in a too much of an upright position, that rear console will slant down. So that's a design flaw. Like, you guys have to fix that. That shouldn't be. So if my grandma doesn't want to be in the gangster lean in the back seat, she wants to sit up, she can't have her coffee in the thing because it's slanted down. And that's no good. That's a design flaw, Rivian. Hopefully you guys, maybe you've heard about this before and you guys fix it on the next iteration. Number 4. So I don't know what you guys use. Most people out there, I believe, are using like Spotify or Apple Music. That's what we're used to hearing. I use Tidal. Now I don't know if this is the Rivian issue. It's probably more of a Tidal issue, but I don't know. But the interface is a little weird. Like, if I put in the artist's name, it comes up with some of their albums. It doesn't come up with the whole discography. And I think that's kind of weird. Because then I have to put in their name and then start putting in the title of the album. And I really don't want to have to do all that, whether I'm driving or not. So if I put in Nas, I want to see all his, I can't see Illmatic, which is his first album. I can't see it. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. So I'll be honest. I'll set the camera up and push through and see what happens, and clip that in here. But we'll see. But that interface is kind of funky. It works. It's 85% good, or maybe 95. That's 5% of something that I kind of dislike there. Let's see. That was number 3, right? I hope that was 3. Let's see. Number 4. The rear. Listen. Number 5 is really number 4, but I'm saving it for number 5 because it's the most important. I really don't have 5 things about this vehicle that I actually don't like. So this next one, number 4, the rear seats. Well, okay, no, the rear seats should be power as well. So the middle row is power. You hit a button and they just go down. The rear seats, you have to physically put them down. And it seems like that's a little counterintuitive. That rear row of seats is manual. You have to manually put those down. And the like I said, the middle ones are power. You just hit the button and they go all the way down. Lastly, number 5, most importantly, this is really important. The steering on this vehicle feels a little light, a little sensitive. So when I'm on a highway, especially because it's a big vehicle, it's taking up the whole lane, I feel myself having to constantly steer, and just to keep it, I feel like I'm like moving back and forth a little bit, a lot actually. You understand? Do you guys understand what I'm saying? And it doesn't feel like alignment because it's not pulling, but it's just like the steering is just a little bit light, a little sensitive. And I feel, especially on the expressway, man, like the highway assist is great. I could have put that in my top 5 as well. But if I don't have that on, if I'm driving from one point to another, I'm on the expressway, man, it's a higher level of labor. It's a little bit labor intensive at times driving on the expressway, or just driving in general. But I especially notice and feel the effects when I'm on the expressway. Those are my 5 things that I like about my Rivian R1S. And those are the 5 things that I dislike about my Rivian. Have you guys had any similar experiences? Are you thinking about getting a Rivian? Do you have any questions? I will share my experience. Am I an expert? No, but I have my perspective. Until next time, it's Brocky the City Dweller. I'm out. Okay, one last bonus thing that I like. It's a cool little thing, man. I think it's a nice little touch. Some people complain about it, and I actually have a complaint about it. However, it is pretty cool. The Rivian does come with a flashlight, a utility flashlight. It's pretty cool. This is my first time I've ever actually taken it out. You know, pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Now, I do have a bit of a complaint. Let me see, let me turn this thing on. Here we go. I've been hearing a bit of a rattle on this left door, and I did some searching online, found some forums, and this does have wiggle room. No good. That's no good. So now I have to go buy something to wrap around this to give it a more of a snug fit. I think that's the rattling that I've been hearing, and it's only sometimes, so it tells me that it's not the speaker, it must be something else. And there's my answer, I bet. I'll keep you up on that, guys. Otherwise, that's it.